Okay. So now first one, file and options, and then add-ins. And at the bottom, you see Excel add-ins and Go. So click on Go. Then you have these add-ins, and among them, I want you to choose maybe just solve add-in only. Solve add-in. And then I'm going to click on it. Then I have solver installed. How do I check it? Under data, you see solver. Then you successfully installed the solver add-in for you. If you have done that, now I'm going to solve the same question. Where did it go? Okay, here. So I'm going to solve this question with you. Like this. Okay? So now let's first start with objective. Objective. So just type objective there, and let me magnify it for you. Okay. So we have this. Maybe I can do this here. Okay, objective, I'm going to say my goal is maximizing my resources, x1 and x2. So I'm going to first write down the variable x1 and x2 and goal, right? So x1 and x2 and goal. And I'm going to say I need to say that this is x1 and this is x2. I have nothing here. However, later I'm going to say, these are the values that I'm seeking. I am trying to find x1, x2, and the goal. And then, now we have some constraints. So I'm going to say constraints. Okay. We have constraint 1, constraint 2, constraint 3, constraint 4, and constraint 5. And we also have the variables x1 and x2, and I'm going to say left-hand side and relationship. Or I'm going to just say relation.
So in order to use the solver, do we always have to write these columns?
Yeah. Right. And then right-hand side. And I'm going to say this is Slack. Okay. So these are the setup. So to make it look nicer, I'm going to just add these lines. And I'm going to say these are this. So as a business major, I need to present the table. So I made this. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to put this coefficient into this cell, each cell, so that it becomes a matrix to use. So x1 is 3 for the constraint 1. x2, the coefficient is 1. And left-hand side, this is the important part. So left-hand side is just 3 times x1. And we said x1 is right here. x2 is x2 times that. That's my left-hand side, right? Left-hand side. So 3 times x1 plus 1 times x2. That's all I did. I just put this equation into this cell. That's what I did. Right? Again, 3 times x1, which is b2 in my case, and 1 times c2. That's what I did. Okay, now relation, it says less than equal to, so I'm going to say less than equal to, less than equal to, and right hand side says 330. You cannot go above 330. That's what it means. And slack is right hand side minus left hand side. That's your slack. Okay, meaning, oh, do I have any room to spend more? That's what I mean. The meaning of slack. And let's do the same for constraint 2, 1, and 1. And then 1 times that plus 1 times that. Right? That's my left-hand side. And the same with the relation less than equal to, and right-hand side 240 plus it. And slack is just right-hand side minus left-hand side. I'm going to say this. 240. And I'm going to just copy this formula. Right. Third one, 1x, and we don't have x2, so I'm going to leave it blank. Left-hand side, over there. 1 times that. And then, again, less than equal to. Right-hand side is 120. And I'm going to copy this. Fourth one, again, x2 is 1, so be careful to put right coefficient into each cell. Left-hand side, 1 times that. And that's greater than equal to. So be careful about it. And that's 30. And 1x minus 1, it's a negative 1. And that's this one times that plus this one times this. And this is less than equal to and 0. Right? So you got to complete this, but you cannot just write down the number. You have to put those formula into each cell. Otherwise, your linear programming will not work in this Excel. Last thing that I want to do is goal. I'm going to specify what my goal is. Are you guys with me? Look at here. Goal. My goal is my objective function, which is my goal is 15 times x1 plus 5 times x2. That's my goal, right? So maximize this goal. And if you have done this, then you set this up right. And all you need to do is just running solver, then everything is going to be all right.
So how does, when we put that in goal, how does it know we want to maximize it?
Because
of the other relationship stuff?
Because the question says maximize.
Well, the question, but in Excel like this, we don't have to do anything there?
In solver, we specify what this problem is about. Is it maximization or minimization? Okay. We're going to specify it. Okay, any questions so far?
Okay, I see the first couple formulas.
Which?
LSAC.
This one?
Okay.
Okay. Now, let me run it. Let's run it. So click on data. And then on your far right, you will see solver. Click on solver. And that will bring up this new window, solver window. And here you set objective and changing variables and other constraints. So first of all, I'm going to set the objective. So click on this red icon. Click on it. Where did it go? Oops. What happened?
Gotta scroll over to the left.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oops. Okay. So let's go there and find that table that I made. Okay. Here it is. So goal is right here. So I'm gonna just click on D2. That's and then there's $, meaning that it's an absolute reference. It's not gonna change. So that's done, and then just hit enter. Now you are coming back to the window again. Now to maximize, minimize. So if it is minimization problem, click on minimization, but this one is maximization. So click or leave it as maximization. Then I have changing variables, right? So changing variables are x1 and x2 in my case, right? But in other cases, it could be like 3 variables, 4 variables, 5 variables. It depends on the situation. So I'm going to say B2 to PC. I'm going to just click on them, B2 to PC, and then it automatically write down the reference B2 to C2. So then you are done with changing variable set. And the last thing you have to do is subject to the constraints. Subject to the constraint. So here we have to add constraint. We have 5 constraints here. So let's click on add, and cell reference. Right? So left-hand side and right-hand side. That's what it means. So I'm going to click on this icon, left-hand side, and hit enter. And then the relation is less than equal to, or equal, or greater than. But this is less than equal to, so I'm going to leave it as it is. And constraint right-hand side is 330, right? So I'm going to just click on that and hit add to go to the next constraint. So that's C2 less than equal to 240, add. Third one, constraint 120, add. Fourth one, and now the sign is greater than equal to. So make sure to change it to greater than equal to. And then 30, add. The last one, less than equal to 0, and hit OK if you're done with that. Then you see that these constraints are specified in your window. Right? Any questions so far?
Yeah, for test, I can't use math. Is that just like the clicking part? I can't click. Yeah, I just can't click out.
Thingy and then the right. So when the actual reference, you have to pick the left hand side and the after right hand.
I still can't figure out how to solve this.
So you have a box somewhere where you can tell you program
You have to go to, you have a Mac?
Yeah.
You have to go to tools. It should, like while you're clicked on the Excel spreadsheet, on the top, very top, where the little apple symbol is. And then.
Okay, why don't I finish it and then just walk around and help you out? How about that? Okay? So now I did that, and you look at select a solving method. This is a linear programming, so therefore I'm going to choose simplex LP, linear programming. That's my method. And then I'm done. Click on solve. And it says keep solve a solution. I want answer report. Answer report. Click on OK. And you will notice that answer report is created right here, which says x1 82.5, x2 82.5. If the goal is 1650, I got the answer, right? Oh my goodness. I shouldn't have told you about this, right? It can be done so easily. And I'm going to walk around and help you out. Solve it? It's easy, actually. So I sent you the video. So let me just finish this recording.
You need to get out of that screen.
No, like,